Hey, what's up guys, I'm Mark, and I just want to make a little video here talking about my favorite cartoons. Now, I was not planning to make this video. I was literally just sitting here for like 5 seconds. I was like, what can I make a video about? And I was like, cartoons. Let's talk about my cartoons, because I was born in the 90s. I was born the year 1995, which makes me 20 years old. Now, I feel a lot of people my age missed a lot of stuff from the 90s. And there's a few people, like myself, who stayed in the 90s a bit, like, watched things from the 90s on. And I'm kind of grateful for that, because I give a lot of thanks to that because of my brothers and sister. Because they were older than me, and what they watched, I watched. So, I'm really glad that I kept some of the stuff from the 90s. Like, for example, my favorite movie of all time from the 90s, and I watched it in the 90s, was Jurassic Park. I know that came out before I was born, but that's an example. But I have seen so many cartoons throughout my life. I've watched cartoons to this day. Cartoons are just a big part of my life, big part about who I am, and even if I'm old, I still learn from cartoons, because cartoons gives you that innocence, and then also teaches you things, no matter what. No matter how old you are. Watch cartoons. Seriously, they're good. So, when I was young, I remember watching nonstop all the time, and they're probably one of my favorites, and I'm glad I watched them. The Looney Tunes. We do not see the Looney Tunes. I know they had the Looney Tunes show recently, which was a reboot, which was kind of like a real world between, like, ask Looney Tunes, which Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny lived together. I mean, I don't know. But I watched nonstop the original Looney Tunes, and they were like my favorite, and they were so good. One of my favorite episodes is when Bugs Bunny is doing, like, facing off against the gremlin on the airplane, and the gremlin just keeps hitting the one, like, bomb, trying to knock it off, and Bugs is like, no, and then the plane is flying down, and then it stops midair. Oh, we're out of fuel. I was like, I love that. I love Bugs Bunny. I've also seen Batman Animated Adventures, which is probably my favorite type of Batman. He's really cool in those. Batman New Adventures, Batman. The Batman. That's where we got Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as the Joker. That's just really cool. I love Mark Hamill as the Joker. He is the definitive Joker. I don't care what anyone says. He is the definitive Joker. Done. Anyway, and what else did I watch? Oh, before, like, school or, like, preschool, because these were reruns. I kind of went on into the 2000s, but they were in the 90s. I love Spider-Man, the animated series. That was so cool. People say the animation wasn't great, but I thought it was cool. He did really cool stuff. I love the art style. It was dark at times, serious at times. There's this one episode where he has his biggest fan who kept, like, a scrapbook of all his adventures and things like that. And one day, like, through mishap, he ends up meeting her, right? And he goes on this adventure with her, kind of like fighting Doc Ock and Alistair Smythe or whatever. I forget. I definitely pronounced that wrong. And he makes a web swing for her, and she was like, "Oh, what happens? Will this stay forever?" And he was like, "No, it will disappear, because that's what his web fluid is made to do." And she's like, "Oh, that's why I couldn't find anything." And blah 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 blah. And then at the end of the episode, he's like, "Yeah, blah 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 blah. Did a good thing," and flies away. And then it was like, basically showed a sign of where she lived, and it was a center for kids who, like, have cancer or who are gonna die, and that's really sad. That was just heart-wrenching when I saw that. I was like, wow. I was like, that's really tough, really rough, and yeah. So the cartoons teach you a valuable lesson. Let's move on. And I was talking about how I watch stuff from the 90s. Angry Beavers. That one I was on watching. I mean, Real Monsters, obviously. And then there's Rock of My Life. What else did I watch? Oh, this is a cartoon, but I watched it. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Love that show. Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. That's a great show. Okay, other cartoons that I have watched, and just this is going on throughout my life. So, Static Shock. I recently have been re-watching that. I love Static Shock. I love the DC animated universe. That animated universe was great. I love this Superman show and the Justice League show. Justice League is another one of them. I love that. Batman. Okay, Batman Beyond is probably one of my favorite animated shows of all time. Batman Beyond was just so cool to me. The intro was cool with the music. I love the art style. I love the concept of there being a new Batman and the suit, the conflict between, am I really Batman? Like, or is it just the suit? I love that. I just love everything about Batman Beyond, and it's really dark, really gritty. It's still really cool. It's really cool. Go watch it. It was on Netflix. I don't think it is now, but definitely go watch that. Really cool. What else is there that I have watched? Listen, what I'm about to say, I don't care what any of you think, but I am a big fan, and I always say this, of the Powerpuff Girls. The Powerpuff Girls were just kind of kick ass, and every kid who I talked about was like back when I was young, I was like, so yeah, Powerpuff Girls, right? You know, and they'd be like, I secretly like that, do you? And I'd be like, yeah, I secretly like it too. So everyone liked the Powerpuff Girls because they were cool, kick ass, and the animation was maybe too cutesy, but it was still a really cool show. I mean, anything with superpowers at that age, like when I was that age, I was like, that's cool, they have superpowers. I mean, this cat is named Bubbles, and my other cat is named Buttercup. I know I'm missing Blossom. However, I'm saving that for when I get my pet lion. She can be Blossom. Anyway, what else? Dexter's Laboratory. I love that show. My favorite episode is when they go to the con, like Comic-Con convention place. That's probably my favorite episode. I just think it's funny. And Ed, and Eddie. This is another big one so far. It's, for me, Spider-Man, Batman Beyond, and Ed, and Eddie. I love that show. Extremely hilarious. I love how they actually went through the whole series and kind of did a series finale, which was really cool. For a time being, I thought they just kind of got canceled, and then they just started making new episodes. And then they did the movie that ended it with you meeting Ed's brother, which was just really, really cool, and I loved it. It was just one of the few times we see a beloved cartoon come to an end, and that was really awesome to me. I love that. What else? Teen Titans, which is not part of the animated DC animated universe, but it is still really, really cool. I love that animation style. It was very different from the regular DC animated universe. I still think I kind of hope that it's part of the DC animated universe, mainly because there was this one line in Static Shock, and I remembered it forever ago, and then I finally got to it when I was rewatching Static Shock. Static's like, where's Robin? And Batman goes, he's with the Titans. Who? You'll meet them one day. And I kind of like that joke, or not joke, but like in the comics he becomes part of the Titans, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So there's Teen Titans. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to go in order of like the timeline. Billy and Mandy's Grim Adventures, that was really funny. I really like that. Fred's Red Burger. Anyway, What else is there? Am I missing anything? I know there's a few newer cartoons. Like Young Justice. I love Young Justice. I know it was canceled, and I went into the show knowing that it was canceled. But the animation style for that was top notch. The storytelling was more adult oriented, which I loved. The fighting was cool. It was kind of brutal at times, and I love that, especially for animated superhero show. The reason it was canceled was because it was getting a lot of views, but it wasn't the right audience that they wanted. They wanted to target like young kids, but they found that more like teenagers and older were the people watching that, and they didn't want that for some reason, which is really dumb. That show was really good. So, Young Justice, I'm trying to think, like I said, in order of cartoons that I watch. I'm probably missing a few good ones that I missed. Let's go back. Johnny Bravo. Love Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo was hilarious to me. Okay, let's go back again. Fred Flintstones. The Flintstones, I mean, was one of my favorite cartoons. I love the Flintstones. They're funny. Let's talk about old cartoons I like. The Flintstones. Scooby-Doo. How would I miss Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo is definitely one of, if not my all-time favorite cartoon show ever. I love Scooby-Doo. I even loved What's New Scooby-Doo. The new ones I don't really watch, but I hear it's good. But Scooby-Doo was my favorite. He is awesome. I have a clock of Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, and my mom ordered it for me when I was young. It's awesome. It says Marcos, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo's pal. Oh yeah, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. There's the way it's punctuated is weird. Yeah, pals forever. Oh yeah, Marcos, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, pals forever. Now I get it. But yeah, and it's just really cool. I love Scooby-Doo. Absolutely love him. He's my favorite cartoon character of all time. Definitely of all time. Yeah, I'm looking around the room to see if I have any more stuff. I had a keychain of Scooby-Doo, but I was thinking, I was like, is he my favorite? But I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character. Favorite cartoon character? Definitely Scooby-Doo. I loved it. I loved those movies that they made of Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island. Really good. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Really good. They're both really good stories with introducing really cool characters. How would I miss Scooby-Doo? Gosh, Scooby-Doo is definitely my all-time favorite. All-time favorite. So, yeah. This has been fun. Talk about cartoons that I've watched. I'm sure I missed a few. But, you know, it was improv. This was an improv conversation. So, unlike vlogs who plan out that. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what a vlog is. I don't really watch vlogs. That is very true. But yeah, thank you for watching this. Tell me what your favorite cartoon is. Tell me if you still watch cartoons. I still do because they're just fun. Tell me what you liked that I liked. Tell me if you disagree with me. If there's some cartoons that you did not like that maybe I liked, or tell me if there's any cartoons that I should check out. Please tell me cartoons I should check out. Don't give me Adventure Time or other things like that. By the way, I may not be the biggest fan of Adventure Time. However, I love the regular show. That show is just funny to me. I'll give it that. But yeah, but Scooby-Doo is my all-time favorite. Let me know. Seriously, do you like Scooby-Doo? Do you not like Scooby-Doo? Words. And yeah, let me know. Let me know everything that you think about cartoons. Seriously. Let me know. Everything in the comments below. And if you like this video, you can check out my last video where I talk about stuff, which is me talking about Ben Affleck's Batman movie, which is pretty fun. But if you don't have time for that, you can hit subscribe. And until next time, I am Marquee Marc, signing off.